What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with Truth Table. Welcome to the table. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I hope everyone is blessed. But I'm coming to you with another video. And this one is for the ladies. Ladies, you know, it's interesting because when a man starts to form his opinion that opposes what most women believe his opinion should be, you start getting labeled with things like, oh, he's been hurt, or oh, he hates women, or why is he so angry, or he has small penis energy. Like, it always is bad. But it never is on the flip side when a woman has an opposing view or a negative experience with a man. She is allowed to express herself without restraint, all the way down to saying men are trash collectively. And that's why I have this channel. I have this channel because I'm here to speak from a man's perspective. And a lot of things that I say, a lot of things that I have formulated as far as my opinion are things of lived experience, other people's experience, and it is geared towards helping to broaden the perspective and improve progress for your situations. But today, what we're going to discuss is why women are not doing their job and why they are not as curious about men as I believe they should be. What do I mean by that? I mean that I believe most women don't really have a clue what men truly want. That's right, I said it. I believe most women don't have a clue of what most men really want. And you got these groups now that are talking about how overly educated they are. Women are more educated than men. Women are smarter than men. That's nonsense. I actually had this debate some weeks ago with a young lady when she made that actual point, because she tried to prove her argument by stating just that fact, that women are more educated than men. And I said, interesting. And I said, let's do a math equation real quick, right? She's like, okay. I said, now you do understand that the earth is populated with more women than men. She's like, I do. I said, so just from that simple truth, just from that fact, if every woman on the planet was to go get a college degree and every man on the planet was to go get a college degree, wouldn't you guys still be ahead of us just based on the numerical dominance of education? And she was like, well, yeah, I never really thought about that. That's exactly. So your point is mute. But anyway, now why did I bring that up as a point? I brought that up as a point because a lot of times when women pose arguments, it's from a very small, condensed amount of research, like this much. They're not talking about lived experience from, residing outside of the country, being friends or dating people from multiple cultures, having multiple lived experiences, travel, residing in other states, residing in other cultures to be introduced to different customs and belief systems. No. They are talking from their limited experience. And I need women to start really walking the talk, but at the same time becoming more curious about men. Now, some may be saying, well, why? What's the point? Why, as a modern woman, should I be concerned about what men want? They need to be concerned about what I want. And see, that therein lies the problem. Unfortunately, ladies, due to the restructure of our society and due to how things are headed and going now, it has still been allowed for you women to live your life without being concerned, truly concerned, in-depth concerned, without a shadow of a doubt of what men want. And I believe that is why you're having the outcomes you're having. I believe that is why you are experiencing the disconnect and the discourse that continues to happen when we talk about romantic relationships and building with men. Because you're operating from a place where you believe men want what you want. You constantly hear women talk about, when you ask them a simple question, what do you bring to the table? If I was to be with you, what would I experience from you that I can't experience from any other woman? What do you bring that is so unique in the world that no other man can bring. I'm sorry, that no other woman can bring. And I believe that's where it should start. See, I believe that women need to start thinking from that premise, from that state of mind. They need to be assessing and doing an assessment of their self, and not just comparing themselves to their small little social circle, not just comparing themselves to people that work at their job. They need to do a real broad data analysis of how them as a woman is going to position herself to be quality and characterize herself in a way that a man would feel and believe she was the prize, that he was lucky to have her. Ladies, you really need to start understanding how men see you. You know, one of the things that I talked about on my channel is about physicality and attraction, and how we as men, we're physically driven. We are visual creatures. And I can't tell you how many times women are always trying to push back and combat even that. That they believe that we shouldn't be as into looks as we are. That somehow, some way, what we want, even though it may be superficial, is not of importance. I'm here to tell you, it is of utmost importance. See, the reason, all you gotta do, ladies, is ask yourself one question. Ask yourself, what is the smartest, the most competent, the most talented, the most independent woman that I know? Ask yourself, do I know this woman? Someone who is educated, driven, focused, ambitious, independent. And then ask yourself, what does she look like? And then also ask yourself, if she has all these characteristics, if she's awesome, why is it that she's single? And I'm here to tell you that more than likely, that woman is not attractive, or at least attractive in the eyes of a man. And see, that's another thing that brings me to another point. Women need to stop making up the standards that are what men want amongst women, because we look at things completely different. You know, I can't tell you how many times that women have asked me, you know, oh, isn't she attractive? And their expectation was for me to agree. And I was like, no, not at all. Actually, not even a little bit. And I would break that girl down that they had, you know, the question about. And they was, oh, you're mean. Like, no, I'm not mean. This is how we see it. This is how men see it. Most men like natural women, natural looking women. Most men like women to be aesthetically pleasing, you know, in shape, taking care of her basic maintenance, her hair, her nails, her skin, things of that nature. And it's funny to me that most females don't think that what a man wants is really that important. Or maybe it's the fact that because what we want is usually so simple that they don't classify it important. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, that the more you continue to ignore the very things that men want, the very things that men have been begging and pleading for, it will be harder for you in your dating life and in your relationship and in your future. Period. It is often said, give the people what they want. If you were a salesman, ladies, if you had a business and your business was, you know, you had a product and you loved this product and this product made your heart pitter patter. You loved this product, whatever this product may be. But yet you've been in business for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you've only sold a little bit of product. You're struggling. Wouldn't you go back to the drawing board and look at, well, is what I'm selling what the consumer wants? Is my product good product for the buyer? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you feel and what you think we should want. Give us what we want. it is better to flow with the direction than to fight the current. Oftentimes, people want to battle the current. They want to battle the flow. And you may have your one in a million of a person who does just that and comes through successful. But ladies, there's some things in life that are just not necessary to fight. Men are very simple creatures, collectively overall. And if you are not experiencing, have not experienced success in your relationships, the very relationships that 80% of you guys are leaving, the very relationships that you chose to be in at some point, and then along the way somehow decided that it was no longer good enough. Then after a few of these situations and episodes, you got to start looking at the woman in the mirror. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm terrible. Maybe I'm not as pleasant. Maybe I'm not as fun. Maybe I'm not as loving and supportive as I believe I am. See, the ego that you women have a lot of times is what keeps you from succeeding when it comes to men. And let me just be clear when I say succeeding. This does not mean that men won't sleep with you. Men will sleep with you. Men will sleep with you often. But let's be clear, ladies. Your success with a man has nothing to do with him having sex with you, because men will do that all day. Your success is once the man actually does have sex with you and still wants you around and still wants to partake in your life, or you partake in his life, or he wants to potentially lock you down and have you be a part of his overall mission and journey in life. That is how we keep score and how we gauge things here. That is how we assess your value. Because we as men understand, hey, even Pretty Tony has a bad day. Even Pretty Tony will knock off a random, have sex with a girl who's below his standard just for the heck of it, because it's Wednesday. But will Pretty Tony marry that girl? Will that girl be able to meet his mom? Will that girl get maybe Facebook status? Will she be in pictures with him? Will he take her in public? These things may seem small, but they're huge in the world of men, because we don't prance around with just any chick, any woman. Our network is very important. Our image is very important. Men are very image conscious. Everything that we do is based on how it looks. And if you are not experiencing good outcomes with men, well, then I would be inclined to think that maybe you need to check on what you aren't doing. And if you see that there's girls who are having success with men, then maybe you need to inquire. Maybe you need to ask how you do that. That's what men do. When we suck at something, when something's not popping in our lives and we see a man that is doing well, we ask how you do that. Like, this is common sense. So I just wanted to touch on that today. This was more of an opinion-based episode. I wanted to just touch on that today because I do believe that women need to hear from a man. You guys need to be more curious about men. You should know when a man asks you what you offer. And when a man is asking you what you offer, he's not asking about your degree. He's not asking about your work experience. He's not asking necessarily about your talent. He wants to know, who is the woman that I'm going to deal with? The heart of her, the mindset of her, the characteristics, the temperament. What can you offer me organically? That's what men are asking. That's what men are saying. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me today. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to bring, the content this week, every day. Actually, I have so many notes and so many talking points I have to get through and get, distribute it and bring it to you guys, because I do it for y'all. So thank you. Go ahead and share the content. I appreciate it. And you guys enjoy your day. Till next time. I'm out.